On this week's episode, making crafts with duct tape.
Hey guys, welcome back to DCTC. This is Amy Jo, and today on our summer camp video, I am going to be showing you how to make some really cool cuff bracelets using toilet paper rolls and some duct tape. So the duct tape that I chose is some Disney Frozen duct tape. And it has Elsa and Anna on it. And then I also got some Minion duct tape. Recently saw the Minions movie and I loved it. Brandon thought it was only okay, but I thought it was adorable. And you'll also need a pair of scissors, so you may need some help from an adult for this little project. Okay, so I've not made these before, so we're gonna be learning together at the same time. So what we're gonna do first is if I can get the tape going, we are going to peel back some of the duct tape. Okay, so you want to get that going and then pull off a long enough piece to cover the toilet paper roll. So we're going to do that. We're going to start by doing that. Okay, cut that off right there. And then we're going to take that and we're going to cover the roll. Okay, so see how I have that? And then I'm just going to roll it around like so. This was the extra that I don't need. So that is what it looks like. Gonna press it down. I have some bubbles under my tape, so you'll probably have some bubbles. And then I'm gonna take more tape and I'm gonna put it where the seam was, because that is the part that we are going to cut off. Gonna press that down. Oh no. Okay. I didn't measure. Not that you have to measure. You don't have to measure it perfectly, but I didn't measure. But my second piece wasn't long enough to go all the way around. So I'm gonna cut off another piece. Like that. I'm gonna go back and find the seam where the two overlapped. Put my second piece of tape down. And wrap that around the toilet paper roll just like the first time. Just like that. And then you want to cut off the extra again. It should line up right at the seam. Then when you cut off the excess and we make the actual cuff, you'll be cutting off the seam all the way around, if that makes sense. So you won't cut into a good part of the tape. You'll cut in and cut away the seam if you line it up at the seam. Does that make sense? I hope so. And here is what it looks like at this point. Here is the seam where I'll be cutting. Now for the fun / scary part. We are going to cut away the excess paper towel roll. I'm gonna cut a little notch in mine like this. See how I did that? And I'm gonna cut that away first. And then that will allow me to fit my scissors in to cut away the rest. And once we cut the seam, I think we can do a much better job at this. But right now, I just want to get that extra out of my way. Okay, so here's what it looks like. See how it looks kind of yucky? We can clean that up. Now I'm going to cut away that seam. See how this looks now? Cut away the seam. Now we can go and we can clean up the edges. Cut away that kind of rough looking part of the toilet paper roll. Okay. And that's it. There's our little cuff bracelet. Now my wrist is probably a little bit bigger than yours, so I think it will probably stay on your wrist better than it stays on mine. But I have little wrists, but not as little as a kid. Okay, so next we will make a minion one. And we're gonna do that one just a little bit differently. Okay, so for the minion one, I am going to try to make 2 of the cuffs from one of these. So they're not going to be as wide as this one. And you know, you could do this with any kind of duct tape. I just got the Minions and Frozen because those are 2 things that, you know, I like, and you guys all seem to really love Frozen, so I thought you would enjoy that. But you could do it, like if you just got any kind of the pattern or colored duct tape, you could do anything, and you could definitely layer it or decorate it. Like, say if you got like purple duct tape, then you could cut out pink and you could make stripes on it, or polka dots, or anything, and that would also look really cool. That would probably be really fun and be a little more creative. This was sort of an easy little project because I didn't have to decorate anything because the tape is already decorated. All right, so here is our minion one. See that? And I don't think I got enough tape to do the second part, so I'm going to pull off another big piece. And while I was making this, I thought of something else we could do with all of this extra duct tape. So I'm going to show you guys that in just a minute too. Because if you buy duct tape specifically to make these little bracelets, you'll have a lot left over because it doesn't take much. Okay, just wrapping that around. Cut off the extra. And press out all the bubbles. If you wanted to make a bunch of these at once, you could get a paper towel roll because it's probably twice, maybe even more than twice this big. And you could just add on a bunch of these, kind of like I did this with a gap in the middle, and then you would have tons of them. Okay, just cutting that right up the middle. Well, uh-oh, it just rolled right off the table. And now the puppy dog is going over to sniff it because he's curious. Okay, now this time, instead of cutting off, before when I cut off the extra part for the Frozen one, I kind of messed this all up so I can't show you because I wrapped it all together, but I cut off like maybe a centimeter's worth of the roll. This time, I'm not going to do that. I'm just cutting right down the seam, but not removing any of the toilet paper roll. And I want to see if this works any better, like if it will stay on any better. I think it will because I think it'll be a little bit tighter. Just don't know if it'll fit on my wrist any better. Okay, so there it is. There's the little bracelet. Let's see, I'll compare them. Yeah, see how this one has some of the cardboard missing from where I cut it off, and this one's a little tighter. So I would probably do that. I would just cut up the seam. Of course, you guys have, like I said, you have smaller wrists probably, so it might not be an issue for you, but that's really cute. I love the Minion one. Whoops. That turned out super cute. And here is how our cute little Minion bracelets turned out. Here they are. Okay, so the other idea that I had would be to cover composition books with duct tape. That would be kind of a fun way to get ready to go back to school. Not that you want to think about going back to school yet, but if you made these over the summer, when it came time to go back to school, you'd be all set. And you can definitely find these at the store already. I was there the other day and I was like, no, back to school supplies. I don't want to think about it yet. Okay, so this will be really easy. So what you'll do is you will just cover the front of it with your duct tape, and we could actually do the front and the back. And you could really personalize this and do something really cool by taking some time to come up with different patterns. Or you could do, like, if you got just, again, the solids or plain colors, any color combination that you like, you could do that and you could come up with some really neat patterns. So that would be something kind of fun and different to do. Or, I don't know if you guys have seen how many, there's like a lot of cool patterns of duct tape. Just like really cool designs, a lot of chevron stuff. So I'm trying to figure out how to line this up because Elsa's arm looks kind of crazy in it, and it cuts off Elsa on the edge of the duct tape, and so I'm trying to figure out how to make it look the least weird. So let's see here. I might overlap it so that I'm cutting part of Elsa off. Otherwise it's gonna look like I'm trying to line it up perfectly, and that won't work. So let's see here. All right, I think I've got it. So I'm just gonna cover the whole front of the composition book with this. I don't know if you guys have done too much with duct tape, but have you ever made the wallets? You can make duct tape wallets. Those are cool. We maybe could come up with one more thing to make in this video. So started off making bracelets, now we're making school supplies. Maybe next we'll make something else. I'll try to think of something while I'm doing this. Okay, let's see. This would definitely make your composition book a lot more durable as well. I know everything always gets messed up in backpacks. I have 2 kids. I have boys. And they definitely shove everything in their backpacks, and then everything, the papers get all messed up, and Okay, let's see. I'm trying to lay this down so that it's really nice and straight. I do think it doesn't have to be perfect, but you should take some time and do this so you get it right, so that it's something that you feel proud of and something that looks good. There. Okay, here's what we have so far. And we're gonna need one more piece. And you may need some help doing this. You may need some help cutting, or you might want some help with lining it up, because it is a little bit tricky and the duct tape is very sticky. Okay, let's see, this is our last piece. Probably being overly, oh no, I pulled some of my composition book up. See that right there? So be careful if you do this. Maybe don't be overly perfectionistic like I'm being. And just, if you don't get it perfect, that'll be just fine too. There. Okay, I think I fixed it. And on this last one, you'll have an extra piece at the top and bottom, just like with all the others, but you're also gonna have an extra little bit right here at the edge. So probably, let's see, I think in this situation, because if you tuck this over, these top pieces aren't going to stick, so I think I'm going to cut it off. Try not to cut the composition book at the same time. Okay, there. Okay, so here's what we have. What do you guys think? I think that looks pretty cool. And you know what? This will be a good little notebook for me to use to write down ideas for videos. A lot of times I'll have an idea for something, and usually what I do is type it into my phone, because I always have my phone. And so I can type that in And, but I like to write too. And so I think that I can use this for work. So that would be kind of cool. All right, so I'll cover the back of it. Whoa. And then we'll be done with this. And I do think I have one, one more idea. And we have a lot of duct tape, so it's probably good to go ahead and use it up. All right, so we're gonna start the back now. So actually, I just thought of something kind of neat. So I'm gonna do another summer camp. I'm gonna do a bunch of summer camp videos, but one of the ideas that I had would be to use fabric paint and make a Minecraft t-shirt. And I was just thinking that if you bought several different colors of like greens and browns and black, and you could design a composition book that was kind of the same idea, sort of like Minecraft style, the pixelated. You could cut up a bunch of pieces of duct tape and do that. And that would be really cool and fun. Ah! And you would have an original. This is kind of an original. Not as original as if you just created your own design, but there probably won't be that many kids at school that have covered composition books. If you have to take these. I don't know if every school does. A lot of schools have kids bring composition books to do different things, to do journaling in, or to have for different subjects. So, okay, so here's the front, and I'm almost done with the back. This is actually also a really fast project. All right, here we go, all finished. Okay, so here is the last project of the video. It started out as one project and it morphed into 3 different projects. So it's sort of along the same lines of back to school. I thought we could make little bookmarks. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use little paper clips and then the extra tape that we have, and I will show you this a little more closely in just a minute, but I'm gonna show you what they look like from far away first, and then I'll show you a close-up version of how to do this. But I just quickly want to show you what they look like, okay? So I'm making one right now, and I'm gonna make a frozen one, and that way it will totally match the composition book. You can be coordinated, or I can be coordinated because it's mine. So, but if you make these and you do them this way, you will be coordinated. Okay, so here is a little bookmark, and here's what it will look like sticking out of your book. Ta-da! And now I will show you how to make them. Super easy. Okay, so we're going to use some little paper clips for this project, and I found some different colors of, whoa. I found some different colors of duct tape around the house. So here's what we're gonna do. We're going to make a purple one first, and this is how we'll do it. But first, let me back up and show you. This is the part that is going to clip to the paper, okay? So the duct tape, you need to put that up here to cover that part, because this is the part that is the clip, okay? So these are also pretty easy. Just fold the duct tape like that. Okay, so there's our first one. Let's try yellow next. And we're gonna cut these in just a minute so that you can see what they look like when they're totally finished, but I just wanted to put all the tape on first. And after you have the tape on all of them, this part's really easy as well. I'm gonna cut off so it's a little shorter. And then I'm just going to cut a little V. Just like that. Oh, I don't want to cut Anna's face. We'll make this one really tall. There. We saved her. All right, and here is what they look like when they are all finished. And now I will show you how they work. And here is a closer look. I think those turned out pretty cute. Okay guys, that's it for this episode of Summer Camp. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you click on the like button if you want to see more. And leave me a comment and tell me what your favorite thing was. Mine was the Minion bracelet. This is Amy Jo with DCTC. Thanks for watching.